Welcome to D&M Park here as the Plymouth Regional High School Bobcats softball team has their home finale for Senior Day. And I'm here with Jim Carey, Athletic Director. What's going on, Jim?
Oh, great to see you. Not much. Just coming off of the baseball game. Kingswood was nice enough to send over 2 buses. Very, very nice of them. I know budgets are difficult. Busing has been difficult, but they sent the baseball team for a regular 4 o'clock start. But for our girls softball finale, we always like to do it under the lights, which has been a kind of a unique experience for the team. And the other teams have, like I say, they help out. And Kingswood especially here, their AD Aaron House sent over a later bus so the girls could play under the lights.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so, Plymouth comes in 10-3. I think they're 5th in Division II right now, and obviously Kingswood having a little bit different of a story, 1-10 so far. This team has played each other before, with Plymouth coming away with a 16-0 victory, so we may not be here for the entirety of this game, but obviously senior night, so if you just want to talk about a couple of the seniors and what they've accomplished over their 4 years, go for it.
Well, these seniors have, every single one of them are 4-year letter winners, have huge contributions to the team, and Emma Cooper over at third does a nice job defensively. Again, been there all 4 years. I was able to watch these guys younger years. My daughter was also on the softball team. She's now come and gone, but I watched these guys in their freshman and sophomore years while my daughter played, and then now they're junior and senior year. Jackie Gomer over at second base, and then Tristan Keller, who's going to be going on and playing at Wheaton softball. The other 2 girls are going off to college as well, and possibly, Jackie's playing field hockey. I'm not sure exactly, Emma, what her plans are for athletics, but Tristan is the one moving on to play softball down at Wheaton. So, good chunk of your infield for a number of years, and it's going to be tough to replace them, but as any good program, as you know, you try to just kind of next guy up mentality, whether it's an injury or people moving on. So.
Absolutely, and they are coming off 2 wins. They beat Kent at 9-3, and they also defeated Bow 14-2. And so obviously they're trying to ramp it up for the playoffs. They are behind Milford, Pembroke, John Stark, and St. Thomas Aquinas, but hopefully we can make a little bit of a run here in the playoffs coming up soon.
Yeah, softball in Division II is quite competitive, but Plymouth's been knocking on the door right there every year. And this year, like you said, they're in the 5th spot as of right now, and a couple here left. I think we got tonight's game. I think we're at Conval on Monday, and then Trinity next Thursday. So, you don't want to start counting ahead too much. Got to worry about the game at hand, and so. But they've been playing well. In fact, their last loss, Co Brown, was a tough one. They had a 4-0 lead in the 6th, and ended up losing that one. So they pretty much can play with anybody this year.
Yeah, very competitive. And so, tell us a little bit more about Bobcat Nation, how everyone's doing so far. Baseball, men's and women's lacrosse.
Yeah, we're doing
tennis.
Having a great spring, to be honest. It's really been a solid spring so far. Baseball just beat Kingswood today. I think there was an 11-1 win there. Sitting at 10-3 right now, so positioned pretty well in the playoffs. Just like softball, I think they're the top 4 team right now, one of the top 4 teams, and they beat one of the teams in the top 4, John Stark, and they lost to Goffstown. Another one I think is in 3rd place. They lost 4-2, so they too can be competitive on any given night. So they're doing well, as we've already mentioned. Softball sitting at 10-3. Boys tennis is killing it this year. They're at 10.
Really?
Yeah, they're 10-1,
Ooh.
and so they have one more match coming up against Kennett, but they should finish either in the 2nd or 3rd hole. Girls tennis is solid at 8-3. They'll make the playoffs. They're in the 5th spot. Boys lacrosse is sitting at 7-5 in the 5th spot, and then obviously boys and girls track is doing well and moving on, and we have girls lacrosse right now that struggling a bit, but just had a win the other night, so going well.
Absolutely, and so we are going to get. We're trying to get Kennett's starting lineup here.
Kingswood.
Right now.
Kingswood.
Kingswood.
Yep.
Starting off is Coulter at, I believe, I'm just going to go through. We have Coulter, Knowles, Blattenberger, Berth, LaPaula, Teves, Drew, Hotchkiss, Schatzer, and Shaw for the starting lineup. It's a quick out here.
Yeah, it was good first pitch out, ground ball to shortstop, and Emily Boyd made a nice clean play over the first. Good way to start a senior night. I'll tell you, Casey Johnson has really pitched well this year. Sophomore, she's been impressive. As you know, in baseball, softball, but even softball more so because they don't have the innings pitched. Yeah. You can ride one pitcher for many, many years, and we're fly ball out to right.
And they are in here. The first hit of the game. Solid hit right there. Just kind of blooped right in front of number 1 Emma Campbell.
Yeah, Emma's out there and right. Good for her. She's got good wheels. Probably a good choice not laying out for that one early in the game. You know, sometimes you get a little anxious, want to make a great play, but keep it to a single. Good job.
A bit inside there is the pitch. Throw over to first. Not quite. It's close.
Yeah.
They're going to ask for time here.
Well, that's good to see them make that play. You know, why not? I'd like to see Emma moving a little bit to back up a little bit more aggressively. You know, that play's okay if you got the backup out there on the right.
Absolutely. Johnson with the windup. That one's hit down to third. Could be double play ball here. There's one. Will not be able to get the second one as she is safe.
That was a nice play by Emma Cooper. Just what we were talking about. There's the three that we were mentioning. The seniors almost turned the double play. That would have been nice on senior night, but Cooper over to Gomer to Keller, and we almost had her at first.
That's going to be Blattenberger reaching first on the fielder's choice. As this will be Burth stepping up to the plate for Kingswood. This one hit down the second base. Should be easy, and it will be. The Kingswood gets a hit, but nothing doing as the Bobcats will head to the bottom of the first. We are back here at D&M, and we're going to get the starting lineup for you. We have Boyd, Gomer, Keller, Johnston, Como, Thompson, Flaherty, Cooper, and Campbell up for your Bobcats here. The score is tied at 0 in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, it was a good, clean inning. I mean, that little bloop single, and like I said, that Emma Campbell didn't take any chances on that. You know, possibly could have caught it laying out, but I think the smart play is to keep it in front of him, stay away from letting Kingswood get any confidence. And
so you guys have the Bobcat Classic golf tournament coming up.
Oh, we do, right? Yeah. That's this Sunday. We've got a great turnout. Mike Currier has been headmaning that. He's works in our school, and he's been doing taking charge and getting sponsorship. And we got about 120 golfers, and we have some great items for silent auction.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Some of the people, even if town folk want to come up to Owl's Nest and bid on that, we got some great pieces.
For sure, and this is going to be Emily Boyd up, the shortstop, junior here. Here's the windup. Off speed stuff right there.
Yep, started with a strike. I mean, that's good for Emmy. Lay off that.
It's going to be Maggie Shaw here for Kingswood on the mound. Tries to keep the score tied here. Inside, that's going to hit her. As Boyd will get to first base.
Don't rub it. Don't rub it.
She avoided the rub, yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. It's a tough spot, that elbow. There's not much padding. She's good. She just gave thumbs up to coach. So.
And here is second baseman Jackie Gallmeyer, the senior. Batting second here for the Bobcats.
Just like we talked the other day, a couple weeks ago, I think it was Goffstown Baseball. Jackie's been a super three-sport athlete for us.
She's going to lay a bunt down here. No one covering first base yet.
Yeah,
Foot was not on the bag, and Boyd's going to get all the way to third here.
That's a great, you know, you're talking about one of your top two hitters in a game like this, executing bunting. I like it because you know what? When it comes tournament time, again, not that you're trying to think ahead, but you gotta practice for all situations. And they just went laid down a perfect bunt, and now you got first and third.
Exactly, smooth base running right there by the Bobcats. Boyd getting all the way to third as they tried to fielding it to first.
Heads up by Emily for sure.
Another bunt is down. This one, but Gomer will get in there without a throw.
Yeah, I didn't think Tristan would be laying that one down. She's definitely one of our strongest hitters. Did a good job getting that, faking the bunt, and just allowing Jackie to get to second with ease.
Tristan Keller trying to knock these in. This one is roped to right center. It will get down, and 2 runs are going to score as Keller might have 3, and she will. Standing triple right there by Keller, and it's 2-0 Bobcats.
That's a great start. Nice hit. Good go with the pitch. Go that right center. I love that type of I love that when a hitter can go to all fields like that.
Exactly. And no outs here for the Bobcats, and they can add another one with Keller just 90 feet. Or not, I guess it's not 90 feet.
Right.
But just at third base. Force a habit. With the windup, this one is hit into the infield. Should be caught, and it is. That'll be the first out here for Kingswood as Johnson cannot help her own cause. This will be Grace Como, the outfielder, junior, trying to tag that runner in from third.
Yeah, Grace too, 3-year player as a junior, 3-year on varsity. She's our center fielder, so we'll see if, we want to try to get this third run in here and keep the inning alive.
Maggie Shaw with the pitch. That's going to be a strike. So is there JV and freshman teams as well for softball?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. We have
solid turnout.
Yeah, we've had our numbers. I think we might have talked about that too, but our numbers have been solid up the middle here.
Not fielded cleanly, and Keller will score here.
I think you probably score that a hit. She's going to beat that out, don't you think?
Most likely. They might call it an error just due to the nature of where it hit in the glove and where her positioning was, but I don't think she would have caught it. Would have been had to play anyways.
I don't think she would have gotten her, be able to pick it up, throw it, and get her out. Gracie's got pretty good speed down the line. But yeah, the numbers have been pretty good. We're fortunate. It's a concern all over the country, definitely in our state, of participation numbers, but we still take a lot of pride in the multi-sport athletes that we've talked about numerous times, and we've been fortunate on boys and girls sides to field solid numbers.
Ball high to Alexis Thompson, the freshman infielder here.
Well, I think she's playing left. She's kind of stepped into that position. I'm not sure. Pretty sure that's where she was at the other game. I forgot to take a look at the outfield. The inning ended so quickly. But boy, has she stepped up. Smooth player. I like watching her enthusiasm, her energy. She's not a quiet little freshman. She was talking it up the other day at Kennett when I was up at the game, so I've been impressed with her.
Wind up high and outside for a 3-0 count. Shaw's going to have to get the control down, get some help from her fielders.
I like seeing her and the third baseman wear that mask. I think I like seeing it.
Yeah, safer.
Oh.
That's going to be a ball 4 here to Thompson. She's got runners on first and second. It's going to be Jenna Flaherty, the senior catcher here. Sorry, the sophomore catcher, number 12.
Yeah, we don't want to lose her. We want her for a couple more years, trust me.
Shaw with the windup. This one hit to right field. She does have a play on it. That'll keep the runners at bay.
Good job by the right fielder. She got a good jump on that.
So you guys talk about some items you guys had for the Bobcat Golf Classic.
Yeah, I probably overdid it this year. I got excited with the Celtics and having the run they're at. So I got a few Celtics pieces. I got a Al Horford, nice 20 by 24 piece. Most of these, not all of them are the big 20 by 24, but Horford has a dunk going. I got a smaller one of Rozier dunking, almost like the one he had last night, not on LeBron, but when LeBron was chasing him down.
That was smooth.
This one's very similar. He's dunking in a Chicago game. And then the nice one I got is the Tatum.
This one's hit to center field, might drop, and it does not as the Bobcats strand 2, but the damage is done, and we will head to the top of the second. We are back here in the top of the second here, and the Bobcats put a couple runs on in that last inning.
Yeah, it's a quick-moving game. I like it. People swing. Well, pitchers, great game. Softball's a wonderful game, but when they're throwing strikes, when the pitcher's around the strike zone, kids are swinging the bat, it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So 3-0 here for the Bobcats.
But we're talking, so the last one, I got the Jason Tatum. Going to be a pretty good player for a long time, wouldn't you
Absolutely.
think?
He's going to be absolutely nasty. Him and Jalen Brown are going to be a tandem to carry that team for the next couple of years.
Boy, have they really just stepped up. Wow, nice play by Tristan.
Great catch right there by Tristan. A screaming line drive down the first base line. He's able to snag it. And what a play right there.
That was good. That was tough spot to catch. You know, it's one thing if it's up around your shoulders and you're going to move that step to your right, but she got that below her knees. Right.
That was low, too.
Yeah, right around the ankle level. Nice play by Tristan.
And this is going to be Teves.
Yeah, but that Celts team, I mean, after the injuries that they had, everybody just kind of thought they were done. And boy,
I was one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, what they're doing is incredible. Johnson with the pitch. This one's hit almost back towards us.
Great first couple games, but you know what worries me is in LeBron's walking off that court. He's thinking we just lost two on the road. It's not a big deal. That's what used to happen.
Yeah.
Is just needed to steal one on the road and you could win that 7-game series.
Exactly. Johnson with the pitch. That one in for a ball.
But I don't think he has the same faith in the teammates around him as he's had the last couple of years. A little different feel.
They're depleted this year. Obviously, they don't have as many. They have a couple veteran guys, but just not the talent, not enough young talent and energy. This one skipping to the catcher here is Johnson. One out here in the top of the second. Steves tries to get the Kingswood rally going. This one swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Johnson.
Very nice pitch. In on the hand. She was behind that quite a bit. Batter was.
Alana Teves, the right fielder, sophomore. And Johnson takes her time, but she's a quick trigger on the underhand throw.
Yeah, and I like the spot that you and I are in tonight, where you really can see a little bit of movement on the ball.
Yeah.
You know, this umpire I know pretty well. He's a good gentleman. I love his strike zone. It's not crazy, but it's generous. It's good.
And this one is hit to the outfield, should be played, and it is. That's 2 up, 2 down so far for Kingswood.
Gracie had a good jump on that. I think it's Grace. Is that Grace out there? I believe she's playing center. The should have brought my glasses. I thought of that too. Getting bad, but every fielder so far, both Kingswood, Plymouth, everybody's
making some nice plays here.
Yeah, they're on their toes and getting good jumps on them and making clean plays.
Johnson with the windup. This one hits a second. Will be close. But 3 up, 3 down for the Bobcats as they head to the bottom of the second. We are back here in the bottom of the second inning as the Bobcats try and, keep this score going. They're up 3-0 right now. Just trying to extend that lead. And so the rule is after 5, if you're up by 12, game over.
I believe so. I believe so. I should know. I'm so stuck on baseball with the 10, but I think you're right. We're not close to that right now. Kingswood's looking pretty good themselves and making contact. Haven't had but that one hit, but made every play in the field that's come to them so far.
Exactly. And you still see the competitiveness in them.
Oh yeah.
Obviously it's not easy. The last time, last 2 games, 3-25, 3-25, 3-20, 6-15. It's not easy, but obviously they still have that competitive spirit in them.
Kingswood's been a local rivalry. We've had Kingswood, Laconia, and Kennett probably are our neighbors. We always say the line, you want to beat your neighbors.
Yeah.
But we never count them out. We in fact, on the basketball side, on the boys' side this year, had a tough loss at Kingswood, and they beat us.
Yeah.
They flat out beat us, and they were a very similar record to this softball team. So when you're playing a local rival, you really just can't take take anybody for granted, but especially a local rivalry.
Especially the hometown rivals. That'll be a walk here to get the inning going.
Yeah, Emma, good job. That was 4-pitch walk, I think. That's
Emma Campbell, the outfielder, junior.
Back to the top of the lineup, correct?
Yep, Emily Boyd, the shortstop. Trying to move this runner. So Coach Linehan, the first base coach.
Oh, yeah, he's been involved in softball for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm trying to think of when he stepped in, and it was, I think when Coach Blanchard. So it was probably early '90s. You know, Coach Lenahan's probably. I'm not going to say has this. Yeah, he has the same passion for, definitely for the kids. That I know for certain. He definitely has the same passion for these girls as he's had for any kid, any football player, anybody's ever coached. But I think his passion for the sport is right there as well. But obviously, football, he was truly legendary. Winning as coach in New England.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty impressive. So I was fortunate enough to work for him, underneath him for a number of years. So
This one is swung on, fouled, but is he in like the National High School Athletic Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he was inducted out in Colorado.
Really?
When did the 2013? I think he was inducted. I was unable to. We were actually in Ireland, my wife and I. But a few people. I know Coach Cleary. We had Mr. Parsons, our principal, went out. Our wrestling coach, Coach Cleary, went out. Mr. Halloran, and was inducted to the High School Hall of Fame that year, 2013. And
wow.
Went in with Joe Theismann, was an inductee in the same class. I forget who some of the other inductees were, but yeah, pretty impressive.
Extremely. Boyd takes the pitch, swung on and missed. And sorry, that's Jackie Gallmer.
Yeah, Boyd, as we were
Boyd's
talking, when she had popped out, I believe, to first.
Yep, and that's Campbell at first. First base is in a bit, probably looking for that bunt that happened last time. This one is swung on to left field, hit pretty well. It's going to get down, and that'll advance Campbell to second with one out here. And Alexis, trying to get the names here.
Tristan Keller's coming up.
Tristan Keller.
Yep, that was Jackie that had the hit. Now Tristan's coming up to bat. I have a feeling she's going to turn on this one, and I'm going to guess we got a left center gapper.
Yeah, big gap right now in between left and center.
And Tristan is a smart girl. She's played a lot of softball, so she's probably chomping
at the bit.
Chomping at the bit to drive one out to left center.
This one hit high to center field. It will not drop, and that'll be 2 outs here. Just got a little under that one.
That was a towering pop-up, wasn't it?
That's going to be Johnson coming back up. Casey Johnson, the pitcher.
Boy, she had a great bat the other night at Kennett. She must have. I felt like it was a Euclid at bat. Had to be. You again a couple broadcasts ago mentioned that at bat that went 20 some odd pitches.
Yeah.
She had one. It had to be a dozen to 15 pitches up.
Wow.
At yeah. Girl eventually got her. I can't remember if she struck out or grounded out. But
and this one's hit to left field as well. Should be playable.
Ooh.
And it is, and that will end the inning. No damage done here for Kingswood as the score remains 3-0. And we will see you at the top of the third. We are back here at the top of the third. The Bobcats lead 3-0 here as Johnson's going to try and keep them at bay again. I believe we're going to have number 15 up for Kingswood, and that's going to be Hotchkiss. Sarah Hotchkiss trying to get Kingswood going here, down 3-0.
Casey's letting her dig in as much as she wants before she stakes to the plate.
That one's a ball low. The game under the lights tonight.
Yeah, you know what? It's a beautiful time of year with the Little League on the other field. The Little Leaguers are playing, and this is a great facility here for not only the college on the backfield, here the front field for our high school team, but the youth programs, the Thundercats and the softball, baseball teams. It's a lot of good memories for a lot of kids out here.
And the Plymouth Huskies practice around here too, I think, right?
No, I think with the Husky football team is out on Tenny Mountain where they used to be behind Dr. Cody's, the Plymouth Animal Hospital. That's where they used to practice. These fields, these front fields have been used many different times for many different things. Plymouth State football used to play over on that field, believe it or not.
Really?
Yep.
Right on the soccer,
Yep.
on Harold?
Yep, back when, in fact, you were talking about Coach Lenahan. Coach Lenahan was on the first, I don't know if it was a club team at that time, but he played football for Plymouth State, and I believe they used to play on that field.
Really?
Yep.
I know they were on the rugby field for a little bit too, or where the rugby field is over in the ice arena parking lot. But it's been Courier ever since. That's going to be strike 3 for Johnston, getting the first out here.
Great at bat. I mean, great pitching during that at bat. That was a nice off speed. A little, you could see the movement from up here. Came back in over the outside part of the plate.
This is going to be Madison Schatzer, the third baseman / outfielder, playing third today.
Oh, it's going to be a tough one. That's a nice play by Jackie Gorman. Doesn't seem like much, but that's a girl that's been playing for 4 years and many more years prior to that. Saw the spin of that ball, a cue ball. Sometimes kids can get fooled by that if they're not either experienced enough or paying attention. She knew that was going to kind of hit and just spin and stop, so she made a nice play.
Yeah, and a softball doesn't have that bounce that a baseball does. Obviously, probably because of the bat they use too, a lot more, slender and thin.
Yeah, that one for sure was a cue ball effect. Had that English on it.
Have we seen a home run for the Bobcats in the past couple of years?
Oh yeah, gotcha. We'll have I think Casey and Tristan both have some. Definitely last few years have some this year. Yeah, I won't be surprised if we see something tonight. To be honest.
And this one will be hit out of play.
Be nice to see our. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it's a good turnout. If you look over into the bleachers out there, the student section, it's going to be about probably 30 kids out there, and then the parents along the first base sideline here. But it's good to see the students come out and support each other.
And I would say a lot of times the crowds for high school can sometimes be better than the ones I saw at college.
Yeah, and these kids, we talk a lot about trying to support one another, and obviously they're getting excited towards the end of their senior year here, some of them, so they're coming out and supporting these girls. Good to see.
And that'll be 3 up, 3 down for the Bobcats as we head to the bottom of the third as the Bobcats lead 3-0. We are back here as the Bobcats lead 3-0 in the bottom of the third. And this is going to be number 5, Grace Como, trying to get things started for the Bobcats. It is a pretty close game so far. I mean, we saw some of the scores, and obviously they weren't very pretty. But the Kingswood doing a good job of getting out of the innings.
Quick moving game, like I said earlier. Both pitchers throwing strikes, both teams fielding the ball. Everybody's making contacts. We haven't had too many strikeouts. It's good. It's got a good pace to it.
Absolutely. Here's the pitch. This one hit the shortstop. It's going to be close, but it will be an out here. Como cannot beat it out. Solid play.
Solid hit. Probably too well hit right at the shortstop because she's playing a little deep. Fortunately, it was hit right at her. Fortunately for Kingswood, unfortunately for us. So. Alexis coming up again, freshman. It's really starting to take off here. She'll be one that will be counted on, I'm sure, as these.
Big swing and a miss right there.
Yeah, that can happen. That can happen to any of us, but especially freshmen. That was a nice off-speed pitch right around the eyes, kind of.
Outside of the zone. And the next 2 games will be away as the Bobcats will travel to Conval on May 21st and then again to Trinity on May 24th.
Yeah, we've had to move some games around. It's been a crazy spring, and it is for every school with, as I mentioned, graduation nearing. There's this event, that event, all kinds of stuff going on, so it gets hard. Never mind the weather. Never mind the weather and some busing issues.
Here's the pitch. That one high and inside. And so do seniors, I know a lot of schools, seniors get out earlier than the other students?
Our kids right now, have, what is today, Wednesday, so we've probably 6 classes left before they start their finals. They're graduating, I think it's January 2nd.
That one hit out of play.
So they're, I don't want to call it senioritis. Maybe some of them, you wouldn't know what that's like, would you?
No.
We'll call
Not I.
We'll call it winding down. We'll call it winding down. In fact, this is it. This is your last broadcast, isn't it?
It is my last broadcast. I did my last one for Plymouth State. I think it was women's lacrosse game, semifinals in the LACs. This one is batted away. But yeah, no, this semester's been great. I've been able to do this internship. I was able to get credit for what I do with Dan PSU Broadcasting. I've been doing work for a company in Boston called CLNS Media. So really, at the end of the day, I only had to take one class. So I've been able to really put all my time to media studies. That one is roped down third base line and could be two, but
That's like I told you. I just have watched her the last couple games and her aggressiveness. She's not playing like a freshman. She turned on that one after being fooled on that first pitch, and then even the round of she took at first base, and nothing crazy, nothing flashy, but she was aggressively seeing if it was a little bobble and was ready to take second. I just like her game.
A veteran move, and this is going to be Emma Campbell up to bat, the 9-hitter. This one almost a bunt down. There'll be a stolen base, but no one covering second.
There you go.
That'll be an easy stolen base.
Get yourself in scoring position. Good job.
For Campbell, yep. Great job.
So, yeah, you've had great experience, which it's all about. And, again, I just can't, whether it's Dan, you said Dan at the college, correct? Talk about a pro.
Yep, absolute pro.
And then what Andrew's done here in getting people involved and you guys involved, and very much enjoyed having you come over to the high school at different events and cover our kids and talk about professionally. You did a great job. So
thank you.
We can't thank you enough, and going to miss you. We'll talk a little bit towards the end of the broadcast, but like I said, when you hit it big, have me down sometime for maybe a halftime interview.
That's something I can promise. This one's hit to right field. Might be tagging, and she is Cooper. Sorry.
That's Alexis.
Sorry, Alexis Thompson.
Yeah, and Emma Campbell did a good job of putting that ball in play and moving her over. Good contact by Emma.
Really good. And yeah, I would rather be at the high school than, taking classes. I'd rather be outside calling a baseball game or lacrosse, softball, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The wrestling tournament, I might have slept into that. That was a long day. Champions, though.
They are. That sport is boy, it's a unique sport. Each one is in itself. We always talk about its little culture to it, and clearly, wrestling is that. But boy, never mind culture. It's part of our culture in this community, and people love it. They have a passion for it. Coach Cleary and Austin do a great job. So it was good for you to get that experience.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was a great day. It was a long day.
Yeah.
But no, it was great seeing them get state champ. And it's great because it's an individual sport, so everyone's cheering on each other. But then at the same time, all those points add up. So even if you don't win, you still win.
Yeah,
in a sense.
No doubt. Some of these individual sports, like you say, whether it's skiing or track, against the time, and then tennis and wrestling when it's another person. But one reason that Plymouth has been so successful, in my opinion, and again, it isn't a sport that I really grew up with, but the culture and the coaching staff, ours coaching staff right now for sure, and even the ones prior, they really took an individual sport and made it. Our kids view it as a team sport,
exactly,
and our coaches treat it that way, and that's the reason that they have the success that they do.
This one hit to center field, will drop here, and that'll be an RBI for number 7, Cooper.
That's great for Coop. She. Coaches lots of times will use them in different positions. Coop's been more of a fielding third baseman over her career. Senior night, I'm sure they wanted to get her a couple of ABs, as they say, and to have her come through on senior night with a beautiful single up the middle and driving a run. Good for her.
And this is going to be Emma Campbell up. This one hit down third base line. Going to be tough, and she's going to be out. Close call there, but the damage is done as the Bobcats tack on another one. It's 4-0 entering the fourth. And we are back here, and we were just talking to the umpire. And did you see when Mookie was on? He was doing an in-game interview in spring training.
I think, they were doing some of that stuff. Yeah, that was kind of neat.
That was kind of cool. I thought that's something that they should. Ratings are obviously down as Johnson, big swing and a miss there. That's something that I would want maybe once a week. Obviously the players would not really be a fan of it, but
you'd have a few that would be. Trust me.
Of course.
And again, a lot of those guys do want to get into broadcasting themselves, so they'd have some. A few of them had some fun. Would have some fun with it. Yeah, they do that, right? NHL, they'll interview the coaches.
Yeah.
During
during the game.
During a timeout. When they go to TV break, but. Yeah, I like some of the stuff they're trying like that
Yeah.
to make it more fan-friendly. We were jokingly saying we were going to interview the umpire in between innings. He's a good friend. He was my first boss, Bob Nelson, longtime principal. Started out PE teacher, athletic director, vice principal, and principal at Linwood.
Really?
Just retired, but he's also been a coach and umpire and referee, all sports. Just a great, great guy.
Johnson with the pitch. This one hit the short softly. It's going to be close, and it will be out. Fielded nicely there.
Yeah, Emily did a good job attacking that. Coming in differently than the Kingswood one. That Kingswood shortstop, it was so hard hit she didn't have to. Emily, if she didn't attack that ball, that girl would have been safe. So good job by Emily.
It's going to be Jillian Blattenberger, the junior. She tries to get a rally started here as the Bobcats still hold that 4-0 lead. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Hit softly to third, should be easy, and it is. That'll be 2 up, 2 down so far for the Bobcats.
Great play by Coop. Same thing. Well played at third. Came across to her left and came up throwing. Strong throw to first.
And it's very tough to show bunt and then to take it back and try and get a swing on it.
That's I had a coach, Ron Lamoth. He did some student teaching here in Plymouth. He was our baseball coach, and he had a name for that. It wasn't a very nice one, but it's kind of dangerous too. It's
exactly
something you don't want to, at this day and age. A lot less people are doing it.
Yeah.
You don't want to draw that third baseman in and then do any harm.
Exactly. And this is going to be Casey Berth up to the plate, senior.
So we were talking a little bit on that Bobcat
right.
Classic. We have some other items. I won't go through each, but we do have so many golfers out there. We have a nice Tiger Woods piece that is actually signed. Signed Tiger Woods golf piece. I have another Tiger piece, pretty impressive one of Masters that isn't signed, and then we have a Ryder Cup, the last win by the Americans. Not signed, but pretty nice piece, along with many other. A couple Red Sox pieces, old timers. I got a Bill Russell signed one with his rings. That's pretty cool. Got a nice rivalry with Kelly and the Yankee that he fought. Who did you remember who he got in a fight with that night? I can't remember his name.
Can't off the top of my head. This one's hit the short. It's going to be tough. And she'll save.
That was tough. Just what we
hit slowly.
Hit slowly and had that spin to it going away from Emily. It was going towards her right, our left, and just that half step she had to go get it because of the spin. Allowed that girl to be safe. Good hustle by her out of the batter's box.
And solid job by Casey Berth trying to get something going here for Kingswood. Again, Kingswood has a lot of games left to play. They have 2 against St. Thomas Aquinas, Trinity, Bow, and Conval, all in a week almost.
Yeah, it's some of these. We were very fortunate. Our grounds crew people, and again, we talked earlier. I think it was at Goffstown one, for being in somewhat of a northern school or a northern school in our division for sure.
Yep.
We were able to really stay up on things. Pretty much stayed on schedule and didn't get behind, which is nice going in towards the. In fact, our softball team, we moved a game that I'm glad we had to move it the other day because we would have played on Monday.
Yeah.
And then we would have had, I believe the softball tournament starts the following Wednesday. So next week is the last week of regular season. We would have finished on Monday and been done till the following Wednesday. That would have been too much time off.
Exactly. And Kingswood gets a hit, but nothing doing here as the Bobcats enter the bottom of the 4th up 4-0. We are back here in the bottom of the 4th here as the Bobcats lead 4-0. The sun starts to set here at D&M Park. We have a solid game so far, still competitive. Obviously, Kingswood not having a terrific season, but keeping it close. It's going to be Emily Boyd, the shortstop, trying to extend the lead.
I have a feeling we're going to get an inning here that's going to break open pretty good, but I like the way that I like what I'm seeing tonight. Good, well-played game, both sides.
And this is a 7-inning games, correct?
Yep. Now,
that's another hit batter.
She's been hit twice. That's
not happy about that one.
That one was, she couldn't even turn away from that. That was tough.
Very high, near the head and neck area.
Yeah, I think she
shoulder.
Yeah, she's good.
She's good, though, smiling it off.
Oh, she's tough. She's tough. You should see her on the soccer field. She's a nice player in all the sports that she plays.
This is going to be Jackie Gomer, the second baseman, up trying to move this runner. Bunt shown. No one again at second. Oh, and she's going to go all the way to third, and she's safe. Terrific base running right there by Emily Boyd, getting all the way to third, noticing that no one really covering it. Took the hesitation and just went with it.
That was aggressive. Aggressive play. She came around second. She saw that the second baseman was going to first. And then shortstop was moving to third a little bit. But it's good play by the center fielder who was trying to sneak in behind.
Exactly.
But then Emily saw that the third baseman and the shortstop, nobody was close enough to the bag, and she just kept going.
Now Jackie Gomer has a run at third base waiting to get in and extend the lead.
Like I said, on top of the lineup here now in the bottom of the fourth, you're hoping for a breakout inning.
This one hit out of play.
Close to runner interference.
Yeah.
But she's trying to get back to the bag. She's in foul territory. I don't think.
Well, I guess it's on the fielder to get around. She's still on the base, but yeah. I understand. I think she was in the way.
That's a rule that, again, I don't. I'm sitting up here and not down there for a reason, and I don't know them all. But I think a fielder, definitely when the ball is in play, the runner has to give way to that fielder. I'm not sure in foul territory. I would think it's the same rule, but clearly she was getting back to the bag and there was nowhere else for her to go. So I think the umpires, if we're describing the rule correctly, there should not have been an interference call at all.
This one hit out to right field. It's gonna go foul for Gomer. Gomer, senior second baseman here, trying to get this lead to 5-0 on senior night here at D&M Park. And obviously a very solid team. Maggie Shaw doing a good job holding them at bay here. Shaw with the windup. This one high above the head. This one's going back to third, and that was close. Very close as Emily Boyd has to be careful over there.
Being aggressive, drawing throws. Maybe they'll throw it out into left field and we'll get an easy run. But yeah, you don't want to be. It wasn't that close. She was pretty good. You don't want to be making that out at third. That's for sure.
The golden rule. This one hit to left field. It will drop and it will score a run as they try to throw to second base here.
Good start, 5-0. Good start to the inning, 5-0. No outs, and our power hitter coming up.
So what I just noticed is in softball, they don't wear hats or visors.
No. Some teams have, some teams, it's gotten away from it. Back in the day, they used to say everybody's either going to wear it or not. Now they're a little more lenient.
It's going to be a stolen base here for Gomer getting to second. No outs here for the Bobcats.
We had, I don't think we're doing it anymore, but we had one year, a couple years ago, everybody in the infield was wearing the mask. Lots of times you're just seeing the pitcher and maybe the corners.
Yeah.
But, and you know what? Coaches didn't have any problem with it and safety thing. So, but the hats get a little tougher to wear with those masks.
Of course. Here's the pitch from Shaw. That's going to be a strike.
Like I said, Bob, the umpire there is pretty good about his consistent strike zone. It's open a little bit compared to some, but at a high school level, I never have, as long as it's not crazy, I never have a problem with that. Rather see people swinging the bats.
It's going to be Tristan Keller here. This one's going to be high and away.
Taking a peek at the count. You still got that big gap out there in left center, doesn't it?
Yeah, the center fielder really shading more to the right field. This one's high. Another ball here. I believe the count's 2-1. Bobcats lead 5-0.
I don't know when when this might be broadcast, but we have a few events coming up here next couple days. It might people that are listening to. I know I don't know if it'll be how quick a turnaround, but tomorrow the boys are home playing lacrosse versus Kearsarge. Should be a good game. And then Friday, this Friday we have a big tennis match versus Kennett. We just beat them last night 5-4, put us to I think an 10-1 record, and they were also sitting at 9-1. We were sitting at 9-1. It was quite a match.
Yep.
Went to darkness, rain delays, but they're coming back into town. Kennett is, so that should be a heck of a match on Friday, as well as baseball playing St. Thomas.
Oh, it should be a good one, as this one is inside a ball for Thompson.
That was a rematch of a playoff game last year. We took them into extra innings and actually had the lead in extra innings. So good couple events for people that I think just got the word that this will be shown tomorrow.
And this one is hit hard to left field. If that one straightened out, it's definitely double bases or extra bases. But
yeah, she can put a charge into a ball for sure. You had mentioned the home runs. I wouldn't put it by her knocking one out tonight.
See if Johnston can get a hold of one. Pitching a terrific game so far. 4 unscored innings. This one hit inside, turns on it again. It's going to land around the same spot. Out of play. Again, getting good pieces of these pitches is Johnston.
It's gone and getting the ball. Might as well throw it in. Could have got the other one right next to it. Like you said, I think it landed about the exact same spot, both where it first hit the ground and where it rolled to.
She might as well have grabbed the other one while she was out there.
Right.
But
I know it. Nobody's left. Crowds, in fact, a few more people keep filtering in a little bit here and there. Oh, taking her base.
That's going to be another base here.
That's third hit batsman. Is that correct?
I believe so.
At the baseball game I just came from, I'm not exaggerating. I think we had either 7 to 9 hit batsmen.
Wow.
Crazy. I think, was it Devlin Costa? Might have get hit all 3 times.
Wow.
Somebody else got hit twice. It was about somewhere 7, 8, 9 hit batsmen. It wasn't, and nothing was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
It was just same thing here. I don't think anything's with intent at all. Just a little lack of control.
We're going to have a pinch runner here as Appalachia Coons is going to take over at first base for Johnston.
Good pickup on that. Yeah, she's another good young player for us. A lot of promise. Good speed. Yeah, good speed on the bases for sure.
Yep, just a sophomore. But Johnston will most likely remain in the game, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Pitching?
Yes. Yeah, they can do pinch runner for the pitchers. Yep.
Here's the pitch. High.
It's smart. It helps the game move along, too.
Yep.
She can get to the mound a lot quicker, and it's a good rule that softball has. We're moving that center fielder around quite a bit. She's pretty good. She's got some good wheels out there.
Absolutely, and so this is going to be, obviously an inning that could be opening up the floodgates here.
That's what we're hoping.
This is going to be Grace Como trying to be the catalyst for this inning. Get things going. This one swung on, hit high, and it will drop here and get by the runner. It will get by the right field. And 2 runs are in, and just kind of all chaos happening right now for Kingswood.
And again, yeah, this is what can happen. Plymouth just they can wear you down with, a lot of bodies to throw in there. A lot of people that can keep putting a bat on the ball, puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And if you start dinging it around a little bit, you can give up some runs in a hurry.
And Shaw, has done a solid job through the first couple innings, but obviously here, throwing a lot of pitches so far, feeling that fatigue as Thompson comes up to the plate with 2 runners on in scoring position. Shaw with the windup. This one hit softly. She's going to go home with it. Cannot make the play. We're going to get all the way to second is Thompson. And again, just obviously some unforced errors here for Kingswood. really opening the floodgates.
His third baseman made a nice play. She made a good throw, and not to put any fault on anybody, but I think the catcher might have been peeking at the runner coming in.
A little bit.
You got a bat at your feet. You got a runner coming in. And
a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's going to be Jenna Flaherty here, senior catcher. Sophomore. Shaw will try and lead the running. Nice catch there at third base, though.
Yeah. Right back on our toes. It was good. Jenna, good piece. Unlucky on that one.
I believe that's the first out of the inning.
Yep. And here comes Emma Cooper again. Last time she had a single up to center. Drove in a run.
This one, the fourth hit batter. It's obviously tough. I think the, obviously, taking her base. I believe this is going to be a pinch hitter here.
Yeah, we got Molly Edmark coming up.
Getting some at-bats.
I'll tell you one thing. Molly is, not that they all aren't, but Molly is just a great teammate. She will do anything and everything that a coach asks of her, and is a wonderful teammate. And as you know, coming off of your great football season, you know the importance of players like that, and they're kind of the glue to the to a solid season, whatever that may be in a solid season.
Exactly, and you only play. Again, when you're on a team, you only spend so much time, actually on the field together. It's all the off-field stuff, in practice as well. That's where you really become a great team.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I hate to say it, kind of feel like, well, no, I am getting old, but she's a throwback. Those days are becoming, where a kid will, hey, she didn't start today, another person's out in the field. They can either sit there and feel sorry for themselves and lick their wounds like we see so many do.
Yep.
High school level, collegiate level. This girl you see her right now digging in, smile on her face. She's just fantastic person to have around.
You can never have too many great teammates, that's for sure. Swung on, hit out of play, making them work.
Yeah, and she's a sophomore. We're going to, again, a lot of three seniors, every inning type people for 4 years. Some of these girls are going to have to step up behind them.
Luckily, they'll have a lot returning as well. Shaw with the pitch. This one again swung on, fouled, and turning into a pretty good at bat so far, making Shaw throw even more pitches.
Yeah, good aggressive swings. Like to see her get a. Might be careful of an off-speed pitch, but she's been behind the last two. Like to see her get out in front of it a bit, and straighten this thing out, and put it out into.
And that's going to be a called strike 3, inside pitch, close call, but that'll be the second out of the inning.
Tough one. That was tough, but you got to be protecting with two. I mean, that two had a little movement back over the inside of the plate.
Exactly. This is going to be Schamberger here.
Yeah, Taylor's another one. Good sophomore athlete, great kid, positive, taking the at bats in the some innings when she gets them, and she's one. If she hangs in there, she's going to have a heck of a career for us. She's it's tough. Softball's a little bit tough. Baseball and softball a little tougher when you're not. It's not like in basketball where it can throw you in for a couple minutes, and get you out. You have the substitution rules. But she's a nice athlete. Had a little unlucky with her knee last year. She had a tough tore ACL in the very first soccer game.
Wow.
Of her freshman year varsity game. So she was soccer, she was basketball, and she was softball last year. But she had to kind of sit that freshman year out. But nice athlete, even a better kid.
Here's the windup from Shaw. This one, strike. And again, bases loaded here with 2 outs. Bobcats can really open this up right now.
I'd like to see Taylor kind of cut one right in half here and drive it.
So it's going to be aggressive. Shaw with the pitch. This one swung on and missed. Nice pitch right there by Shaw, high and away.
Yeah, it was outside. It was a strike, outside part of the plate with a little bit of movement too. See if Taylor can just kind of go with that one if she gets it again instead of try to turn on it.
Shaw with the pitch. This one high. Extend the at-bat. 2-2 here, even count. Shot taking her time.
Crowd getting it into it out there.
I think we have a school bus coming by. This one high and away.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, the bus is coming back.
So boys lacrosse, I assume.
No, that would have been our JV baseball and softball. We actually sent them to Kingswood for 2 5-inning doubleheaders because they had lost a lot of games this year.
Yep. This one swung on high in the infield. Should be an easy out. And it's dropped.
Foul ball.
Foul ball here. The Bobcats catch a break.
Yeah, she's definitely second life here. Hopefully she can make them pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
A little lack of concentration. They're starting this inning.
It's Brittany LaPola out there. Play she should have made, but
she's played a nice game tonight too. But she had that base to step over, and
that's going to be a ball 4 as the Bobcats take advantage of the misplay at first, as they will get a run in here. I believe it's 8-0 now. 9-0 now. Thank you, Andrew. And we are going to have number 4 come up, Jackie Gomer. We have, I believe, batted around the inning here.
Yeah, we kind of we're hoping for this and got our wish. Floodgates have opened.
Can never have too much offense here. It's 9-0 here at DNM Park. Under the lights.
Yeah, and this one actually they got named a few years ago too. Is Chase Field.
This one's Chase Field. That one DNM. Okay.
Yep, and this is Bob Chase is a longtime Plymouth resident, alum, supporter. Wow, great
this one hits to right field. Could be multiple runs here.
Inside the park home run coming
possible. Getting to third easily.
You got it.
And she's going all the way. And it's going to be an inside the park grand slam here.
Nice.
For the Bobcats. A great job by Jackie Gomer. And now it is 13-0 Bobcats. What a play. What wheels.
Crowd
great
going
base
crazy
running
out there. Students going crazy. All up and cheering for for Jackie. It's unreal. It's great to see them get into it. As I said, they really do a great job of supporting one another. You've come here for a few months. I feel sometimes we don't mean to gloat, and sometimes we're in our own little world, but boy, I feel like we got some great kids here that support each other.
Terrific fans at every game. And this one is roped to left field, and it is gone. A home run for Keller, and back-to-back home runs, really.
Yeah.
As it is 14-0 now for the Bobcats, and they're going to get a big cheer out of this one on senior night. Great hit right there. Obviously left field. It was hard to tell where it bounced, but absolutely crushed to left field.
She turned on that one. Never mind the gap. She just didn't want to even just hit it in the gap. She was taking it over the fence. Beautiful, beautiful swing.
And you got to think for the Kingswood coaching staff, obviously, not the deepest bench, but you got to think at some point get someone warming up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they got for pitchers. You don't know this. Like I say, This girl's pitched a pretty good game, and it really just the wheels have fallen off for Kingswood in this inning.
And they were solid. I mean, I think it was 3-4-0 through the first few innings, but here it really has opened up, just like we talked about. We were just waiting for that inning. And I believe we're going to see some action in the pen now.
Yeah, we got another substitution for Plymouth. We got Riley Flaherty. That's Jenna's younger sister.
Freshman.
Sure, there's no sibling rivalry going on there, but no,
not anymore when you're on the same team.
That's right. No,
maybe growing up.
Again, great kids. The two of them, very outgoing, very positive.
Exactly.
So good for her to come in and get a little experience. Good balance. Ooh.
And this one hit right past the pitcher and second baseman, as the freshman will make it to first base on a single. I think you were talking about the crowd. Yeah, I mean, every sporting event I've been to, whether it's men's basketball, I think we did one girls. It was senior night for basketball as well, and still the crowd up in arms. A lot of kids from different teams there.
Yep.
It's really supporting. It's a really cool thing to have. Baseball games. I've talked to some kids on the team, and that's just what they like doing, just coming out and supporting their friends who play different sports. Yeah, and I'm sure many of them are teammates in other sports too, so that's a great feeling to have. Knowing your buddies have your back.
It is good. It's the girls today. In fact, were over. Most of the girls' softball team was watching the baseball game for a number of the innings till they had to get down here for warm-ups. But yeah, we see that all the time. You know, you hear athletes supporting athletes, and it isn't just the athletes. It's the whole student body. But it's nice to see. It's nice to see the athletes when they can. And as you know, it's hard because you have your practices that you got to do. But if you could take 10, 20 minutes out of your practice to pop over to, if it's a football team going over to watch the soccer team, or the football team coming to watch the field hockey team as they come up for a practice, or lacrosse stopping and taking 5-10 minutes and watching the baseball. That type of thing's important. I know you can't make it all the time, but a night game like this, most of these baseball players, lacrosse players, they can make it over here, so it's good.
It's great to see that support as Maggie Shaw is going to stay in the game here, and Shaw is a freshman herself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so obviously
she's pitched a nice game, and again, it's you're not trying to find fault, but it's, as we said, Kingswood was playing a pretty clean game through the first part of this. It's amazing how fragile a mindset can be of a team that's struggling like Kingswood.
Exactly.
A couple things don't go your way, and the next thing, a drop ball, a couple drop balls in this inning that would have led to outs that would have cut probably 4 or 5 runs off of what just occurred, if not more.
Exactly, yeah. There were a couple errors here and some very good base running by the Bobcats.
Yeah, aggressive without being crazy, right?
The pitch, this will be inside strike. And we may see that mercy rule come into effect in the next inning, unless Kingswood could put up a couple runs. Shaw with the windup. This one inside. I believe this is Coons, who we also saw pinch run for Johnston. And it'll be interesting to see if Johnston comes back out to pitch.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do there. That will be interesting.
The pitch, this one hit to left field, will be out of play. Just out of the reach of Jillian Blattenberger.
No, but we were saying that mindset for Kingswood on one end of it, and then Plymouth on the other, who does have some confidence, does have some depth. Boy, it's only a couple plays here and there in each sport that we play in that can swing a game.
And this one hit to right field, and it will drop, and this might be another run for the Bobcats, and it will be as Flaherty comes in to score. And this is 15-0 Bobcats.
Nice to see everybody getting. So we are going to have a new pitcher coming in.
We're going to have Ariana Douse out there for Kingswood. The Knights will be relying on her to stop the bleeding. The sophomore.
Hopefully people should give her a good hand. She did a good job pitching. Some tough breaks in that inning. Definitely left some outs out there.
Good crowd here today. I think we see Coach Boyle just leaving now, but
yeah, he came down after his game, wanted to stop in, and I see Coach Lenahan on the fence here saying hi to some of his softball alums that are back from college. And he like any other coach loves seeing past players come back and say hello and support their past teammates and their alma mater.
Will he be golfing on Sunday?
God, I hope not. He's
not
scary.
A golfer?
No. I don't know what he is on the golf course other than dangerous, but it's definitely not pretty. He's going to be up there. He still comes up and helps us.
Yeah.
People love seeing him. He has golfed in the past, but usually we have to dip into some of the funds that we've made because we have to pay for damages and turf replacement. We got to buy some sod that gets quite expensive.
Is he from Plymouth as well?
No, he's he likes to say L.A., Lewiston Auburn guy. He's from L.A., the real L.A. I think he played. What did he play for sports at? It's now I think Edward Little High School.
Is that New Hampshire?
No, up in Maine. So
Maine.
He's a maniac. His daughter's now in Maine as well, over in Portland. Has a nice little shop over there. But no, he's been here for quite a long time. As I said, Plymouth State. Back in the 70s, he came here probably early. He started at Plymouth High in the early 70s, so maybe 69, 70 at Plymouth State. He had a little stint. He went to Western Michigan too. He did did a tour, I believe, in the Army. Was over in Vietnam, I believe, and so he was in college service, back to college. So he was just kind of a non-traditional.
So he went to Western Michigan for college?
Yeah, he might have done his grad work there.
Yeah.
I think he did his grad work. So I think he did Plymouth State. I'm not sure service, and then did Western Michigan, I believe.
This one hit out of play here. We have another runner in scoring position. This is going to be Thompson here, trying to extend the inning. I believe there's 2 outs.
Yes.
So all that firepower coming in with 2 outs. Great job by the Bobcats. This one again hit out of play.
And again, pretty aggressive with the bats, you know, taking good, healthy cuts. Nothing, I haven't seen too many swinging at bad pitches.
And this one hit to left field, and it's going to drop again.
Coach
We have
Blanchard.
runners on the corners.
Yeah.
And she's going to go all the way to second.
Yeah.
And she will get there, is Thompson getting a double here.
Yeah. Coach Blanchard did a good job holding up at third. I think Smart at this point, I think he's trying to do as much as he can. It's hard when the hits are dropping. There's only so much you can do in this.
This is Jenna Flaherty up at the bat with 2 runners in scoring position, trying to extend it to 17-0. Wow, what a home run earlier we saw in this inning. Just an absolute blast to left field.
Yeah, and then when they had the back to the one prior to it, you know, the inside the park, who doesn't love seeing that with wheels going around the base? So, yeah, it was fun to see the non-traditional home run in the inside the park.
Yeah, we got both.
Then followed up 2 seniors, and like I said, Coop's having a night, so our seniors have had a fun one, and you sprinkle in some of these younger ones that are getting some experience, so very enjoyable.
That was a grand slam, and this one is hit and is out, and the inning is finally over, but the Bobcats just put a ton of runs on as the score is 15-0.
That's what we wish for.
Exactly. I mean, we got our wish. And we will head to the top of the 5th. We are back at the top of the 5th. We have a new pitcher out there. It's going to be freshman Riley Flaherty, and she'll be throwing to her sister, Jenna Flaherty, the sophomore. As the Bobcats will try and end it here, as they do have a 15-0 lead right now, and the Mercy rule is 12 after 5. So they're going to try and get out of here early today on senior night.
Yeah, it's good to have Riley throwing, like you said, to sister Jenna. I think it's great. Hopefully, Mom or Dad can
get a good picture of this.
Yeah, forward this maybe this broadcast on to some relatives down the way. So maybe somebody can pick it up down there. That,
exactly.
Might have some connections to ESPN for you or something like that, right?
Well, I wouldn't complain. Swan ball. This one getting by Flaherty.
Uh-oh. Well, there we go.
A little miscommunication there.
Maybe after the first pitch, could have a meeting at the mound. Maybe coach will have it.
Flaherty with the windup. This one swung on hard to the left field line. Nothing doing. Foul.
I like it. Getting a first look at her. She's got some good movement. Windup's a nice aggressive windup, and that ball went down and in on the batter, which got in on the inner part of the plate. So just moving forward here, if this softball team, well, they will make the tournament.
This one hit high. It's going to be tough, and it will drop. Right there.
Yeah, that's tough play behind Emma, and you had Schamberger, you had Taylor. A little far of a run, so that was a kind of no man's land that it dropped in.
Yeah, it was third, left, and short, all going for one ball, and it just drops in. And they get a first at bat hit here. So no outs here, and a runner on first.
Yeah, coach has put in some substitutions, but has kept the. Oh, you got her.
Oh, and that would have been a close throw. I don't think the positioning was there.
As I stated, moving forward, the playoffs for the girls, they will be in the playoffs. I anticipate a home seed would be May 30th at 4 p.m. right here for the prelims. If they were to win that, and same thing with baseball, their quarterfinal games, just so people know, it is on their graduation day on June 2nd, which is always a little difficult, but it's also fun. You get graduation early in the morning at 9 o'clock. Go to your party and then get to play with your buddies and your teammates on your graduation day, which is always memorable.
Great.
Yep.
This one swung on to second. Should be an easy out, but it will advance the runner to third. As Kingswood is very close to scoring a run here, trying to close the goose egg. It scores 15-0 right now, and Riley Flaherty is going to try and keep the shutout going, obviously. And we're going to have number 18 up for Kingswood, Sarah Beam, senior. This one high, and this is going to be a play at home. It cannot be fielded, and that will be a run for Kingswood as the score is 15-1. A little bit of sloppy ball handling right now by the Bobcats.
Yeah, it was again good for Kingswood getting on the board, but like you said, a bloop or a seeing eye kind of single there that, gets down and then steal the second, and a little sloppy a little bit for us right now. Yep. But hopefully we get back to it and focus at the task at hand, and that's a batter. And she's throwing beautiful pitches on the inside of the plate.
Yeah, Kingswood's showing some life here. Trying to keep this game going. Flaherty with the windup. This one high. Having some control problems is Flaherty. Just try and be patient. Deep breath on the mound.
Absolutely.
Just focus in.
This is great experience. Freshman, you kidding me?
Exactly.
Under the lights, senior night. And look at this setting. How beautiful is this evening?
Absolutely beautiful setting here. And this one is going to drop. It will be fair. The Bobcats cannot get to it. And that's the same spot where we saw the first hit in this inning come to.
A little deeper. And, I've seen that over the years quite a bit, where oftentimes it's the same deal behind the second baseman, first baseman, and right field in this game of softball. You see a lot of those kind of bloop hits. You really do have to hammer away, and I know Coach does, but time and time again on who really should have that ball. And, again, not an umpire, not a coach of this sport of a long time, dabbled in it a little bit, but, whether that's the shortstop's ball automatically, where they got to get, and then in the one to right field, it would be second baseman, or is it that left fielder / right fielder, depending on which side of the field? Again, it's stuff in this sport probably more than even baseball.
Yeah.
That you see those little bloop hits happen.
Yeah, we've seen a ton of them today. Flaherty tries to work out of the jam. That's going to be a walk here for Flaherty, and we're going to have a mound visit here.
She's got to take a deep breath and worry about the next pitch.
Well, luckily, she has a pretty big cushion to work with here. Obviously, just has to work on her command a little bit as we have runners at first and second. One out.
I think this is great for her, and I like what I'm seeing with her pitching as a freshman, and the movement I'm seeing on the ball.
And everyone goes through some growing pains, obviously, especially as a freshman.
Well, freshman and especially as a pitcher. A little different at that
Definitely.
At that position than other ones. Just got to settle down and get the next.
Exactly.
No, never mind the next out. Just worry about the next pitch.
Great pitch right there, and we can see two here. So get the easy one.
Smart.
Third. We have 2 outs here, and the Bobcats are 1 out away from a big win against Kingswood. Scores 15-1, but there are 2 runners on here. And Kingswood is up to Knowles here, trying to extend this game. Shauna Knowles, the second baseman, outfielder, senior, does not want to go into the light. This one hit foul out of play.
Good job by Coach Blanchard going out and settling down his young pitcher, and she's come back with two perfect pitches. One on the inner part of the plate, one on the outside there. That's what we always say is, never mind, just next pitch, next pitch, next pitch, whether you're the pitcher or the batter.
This one hit the third. Little bobble. She still has time. And that will be safe with the bases loaded for Kingswood and their bench starting a rally here.
It's all right. Coop almost had that. Stayed with it. Just kind of, in fact, that first little bobble kept it in front of her. I thought she was going to be okay, and then had a hard time picking it up.
Tough play there at third. Obviously one you'd like to make here. Flaherty's going to have to work out of this one. That's going to be a ball. No, I think Kingswood needed this a little bit earlier.
Yeah, good for them, showing some resiliency with kind of the season they've had. They could have just folded up the tents.
This one hit the third through the legs, and that will be 2 runs. And that'll make the score 15-3. And I'm not sure if that null and voids the. And so they need one more here to extend this game. That was a hard hit ball though down the third baseline.
That was tough, especially infield gets chewed up a little bit. You know, she came up on that a bit.
And what exactly is this surface? I was never actually.
I like to call it stone dust.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's exactly the name that you'd. All I know is when you used to slide on it, it would be stuck in your hip and knee for a long time.
Yeah, well, my dad would always say that in Cambridge at Donnelly Field that they would. Some teams would refuse to play them sometimes. I think it was a little more rough than this. I might have been actual just pebbles and rocks.
Yeah, this is great.
This is
surface.
solid.
This is for the climate that we live in. I think it's good. We went up to Kennett the other day and they're playing on dirt, and it really felt like beach sand.
And this one is safe at third. Some good base running right there by Kingswood, as they are at third base and can end the mercy rule with just one hit of the bat. And to get this game going, we're going to have a timeout here to talk between sisters. See if they can hammer this one out here.
Coach Blanchard kind of gave the point to gave the point to Jenna to get out and settle her down a little bit.
How about that for some dinner table talk?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Well, you know what? They're going to be together for the next 3 years, so I'm sure they've done it over the years.
And this one hits right out of play.
He backed off that a little. That's Jackie Garmer's father. I thought he'd show a little bit more aggressive to
Exactly. Flaherty with the windup. This one swung on and missed.
Don't worry about second.
And that will, I believe, end the game for the Bobcats.
All right. It's a good way to finish. Did a nice job regrouping there.
Excellent job. And I'll have an interview with Coach after the game. Just terrific job here for the Bobcats. Great win. You know, and credit Kingswood for this late inning rally. Really showed some poise there.
Absolutely. In the beginning of the game, they were playing solid. Got away from them that one inning really, and then regrouped and showed poise, some composure, and some character. And Colin, I can't say it every time we wrap up a broadcast, but I can't thank you guys enough, and obviously Pemmy Baker TV, but yourself again for the last few months and covering our kids, and very professional and a lot of fun doing it with you.
Hey, the pleasure was all mine. I loved getting into the community even more. Obviously, student at Plymouth State, and I was really able to see a lot more of Plymouth. Parents, teachers, coaches, and everyone, and you especially have been great, making me feel right at home here in Plymouth.
Well, that's good for you in going to Plymouth State and getting involved in that community. You're right. It's a lot of us that are at the high school are PSC. I say PSC alums, PSU alums. Fortunate to be here and never leave, and we got part of this community maybe a little bit later, or I did it kind of similar to what you are, but. Good for you taking advantage of it, and we're better for it. You're better for it, especially in your career, and best of luck to you with that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And, I love Plymouth. I'm going to miss it a lot, and, I'm just so thankful for all the opportunities I've been given here. And, Obviously, moving on to other things, but I'll always cherish my time here, and hopefully this won't be the last time our paths will cross.
Definitely. Stay in touch with us for sure. Love to keep a track of your career as well.
Absolutely.
All right, take care.
Thank you, Coach. I'm here with Coach Brian Blanchard here as the Bobcats take a 15-3 win over Kingswood. And Coach, what was the most important part of today's game?
The girls staying mentally tough in the game. When we were into the third inning with a team and we're winning 3-0, the girls stayed tough the whole time, came back and played the way they should to put the runs up they put up in the fourth, I believe.
Absolutely, and so tonight's senior night, you had 3 seniors, captains, so you just kind of talk about their impact and what they've meant to this program the last 4 years.
All 3 seniors that are here have started since they were freshmen. They've done a great job. I mean, they've been to every practice, every game. They've got better and better, and they're great team leaders for us this year. They're really good team leaders for these girls.
It's what every team needs, are leaders, and so going forward, 11-3 so far on the season. What are the goals for the rest of the way?
Well, we'd like to finish strong going into the playoffs. We've now made the playoffs, but we'd like to finish strong. We have 2 more games on the road. Finish strong. We got about a week in between then and the first playoff game, and we finish strong and go into the playoffs strong.
Absolutely. Great win, Coach, and congratulations, and hopefully we can keep this thing going the rest of the way.
Thank you.
This has been Colin Letty with Pemmy Baker TV, and again, this is my last broadcast for Pemmy Baker. I just want to thank everyone here. Andrew Fenn for getting this all going, Paul Rugelas, the program director, everyone at Plymouth Regional High School, all the players, the coaches, fans and viewers. It's been my pleasure to be welcomed into your homes, into your communities, and I just really want to thank you for this opportunity. And I cherish my times here, and I'm going to miss it here. And this has been Colin Letty with Pemmy Baker TV.